This video is a 3-part series. You are watching part 1.
Hey guys, Got Level here, and today we're gonna do something fun. I'm gonna pick out a couple of popular Twitch streamers, and we are going to try to recreate a specific part of their design, their camera overlays. Now, the goal of this video is to show you the process of observing and recreating stuff. I am in no way encouraging you to just copy and paste other people's stuff. You can take inspiration from other artists, but always try to put your own spin on it to make it as original as possible. If you want to have your own unique designs, you can either pay an artist to make them for you, or you can learn how to do them yourself. But I'm super excited for this one. So before we start, a quick message from our sponsor. Hey you, are you looking for emotes? Then you need to check out Own's Emote Maker. Check this out. In a couple of clicks, I create one character and then Own generates the rest. All you gotta do is go to own.gg/getlevel, hover over sub emote in badges and click emote maker. So try it out. That is own3d.gg/getlevel. So something that I quickly realized is how many of the top Twitch streamers just don't have a camera overlay. It's just their camera rectangle. That's it. I personally think that any graphic design element might help you stand out, especially if you're a smaller streamer, but that definitely shows you after a certain amount of popularity, you just don't need that type of stuff anymore. Anyways, the three main streamers that we have today are Shroud, we have Tim the Tatman, and we have Nick Merckx. I selected them because I just basically went to a top most famous Twitch streamers and they were the first ones to have camera overlays. All right, so let's check out Shroud here. The first thing that we're gonna notice is that Shroud's setup is super simple, but it matches a whole branding. We have a dark outline, just a border, and then a little bit of blue going all around it. You can't really see it, but it's actually animated. There's just this part that just dips in basically that is invisible, and it goes all around the border. All right, easy stuff, super easy stuff. Now, what I mean when I'm talking about branding is that if you go to the starting soon, you'll see the same colors, the same graphic style. That is something that I keep repeating, is that you need to pick not only your color scheme, but also your graphic style. And the graphic style here is definitely like light, super thin lines with a bit of a glow to it. So you see how the chat box is shining right there? That is pretty much the same thing used in the camera overlay. All right, let's make that happen. So let's open up Adobe After Effects here. You don't have to use Adobe After Effects. This is the one that I have and the one that I'm most comfortable with. There are probably a bunch of free programs that you can use to do this, okay? Feel free to use whatever you want. Right here, we're gonna create a black rectangle outline and a little bit of a shiny blue line going around it. I don't think you need any professional tools to do that. All right, let's create a new project. And let's create a new composition. Now, when you're creating camera overlays, you really don't need to have it be full 1080p. It can be just the size that you want. But in this case, we don't know what size we want yet. We might do it actually 720p. Let's make it 720p. So that would be 1280 by 720, 60 FPS, and we want the total duration to be about 5 seconds. It's probably more for Shroud's animation, but we want ours to be more visible. Okay, I'm gonna click here to have the background so I can see what's transparent, what's not. Up top here, something that you can do with the rectangle tool is that you can double click it so it creates a rectangle that fills the whole screen. When it comes to fill here, I'm gonna click here and get rid of that gradient. I don't like it. We're not even gonna have a solid color, so I'm gonna put none here. And then for the stroke, this is where I'm going to select my just dark. I don't like putting stuff 100% black, so I'm gonna have it be a dark gray. All right, and then where it says pixels here, this is the width, and this is where I'm basically gonna pick how I want it, how thick I want it to be. Now it is 720p, so it's bigger than usual, so we're gonna make it kind of thick like that. Okay, we're gonna scale this down and then we're gonna add that little shine around it. Okay, let's go ahead and select our layer, press S to bring up the scale, bring it down a little bit or as much as you want really. We can scale it back up if you want. And this is what I was scared of. The stroke is actually on both sides, so we're gonna reduce this. There you go, 12 is perfect. And let's do this, let's duplicate this. I'm gonna click Control D, boom, duplicate it. And we are going to find, actually, no, we're not going to duplicate it. I'm going to create a new solid, Control Y, and it doesn't matter what color it is. And I'm going to go to my effects. Now we're going to be using a free, where's my Saber? I had Video Copilot Saber installed. And apparently with the updates, it disappeared. Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll do it full After Effects then. You don't need the extra plugin. If you don't know what Saber is, it's a plugin from videocopilot.net, and it allows you to do basically lightsaber effects and a bunch of shines. You probably, if you're a streamer, you've probably seen this effect because people abuse it like a lot. Okay, let's duplicate our layer then. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the, well, you can't see it here. Let me move my face. I hid the first layer. We have the second one here. I'm gonna make this bluish. Do it like that. And then we're basically gonna try to find the tracking for this. So let's go here, rectangle. We have one stroke. Let's add an animation, and this will be trim path, I believe. Yes, it is trim path. And in here, you're gonna select which part you want to be empty, pretty much, right? And then after that, we can offset it, and this is what our animation is gonna be. And what we can do is just add a glow, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So this is what we're gonna animate. But remember that we have a 5 seconds, so I'm gonna put a keyframe here on offset. I'm gonna go all the way to the end, and I'm gonna, you know what, put a 1 here. That means that's 1 full rotation. Boom. So if I scroll back here, you'll see it does that. If I try to play it back, there you go. It's faster than Shroud's, but you get the point. I'm actually going to select both of my keyframes, and I'm going to press F9 so that the animation actually speeds up and slows down. Just like a little animation tip. See that? Goes up. And then when it gets to the end, it slows down, and then it speeds up again. It makes it more organic. Okay, in my effect presets, I'm gonna type glow to look for it. And as you can see, it's under stylized. So you could go effect, stylize, and then find glow. All right, let's drag it and drop it. And this should give us a little, like a weird little, a little shine. You know what I mean? Just a little shine. We can play it with the threshold. It might give you something a little higher like that. You can play with the glow radius if you want a lot of glow, but we're going to keep it simple. Around that is pretty fine. Okay, I like how this looks. Let's go back. Let's make this fit. All right. And let's unhide the first layer. Okay, remember the black basically. Let's drag it up to make it on top of it. And as you can see, the glow is also inside. To make it easier on ourselves, what we want to do is have this cut out. Basically, we'll have it so that the camera is actually placed behind this overlay. So in order to do that, I actually need to mask it out. Now, this might be a little complicated, maybe advanced, I don't know. But we are going to create a black solid on the inside, okay? So I'm gonna duplicate that layer, Control D again, and now I have this, and I'm gonna fill this one, okay? Fill solid color, there you go, horrible looking color. We're gonna make this black. I'm gonna turn off everything else so that you understand what's going on. So now I have a black layer plus the stroke. We don't want the stroke now. We're gonna turn this down, and now, so shape layer 3, I should probably name them. Press enter to name them. This is gonna be my matte. This is my black outline or stroke if you want. And this is my glow. All right. We want the matte to affect the glow because the glow is going inside. We don't want the glow to go inside, right? So I'm gonna drag my matte. I'm gonna drag my matte, put it on top of the glow. And then where it says track matte here, if you don't have that, you can just toggle it at the bottom. Boom. Boom. For the glow, I'm going to select and I'm going to go alpha track matte. That means that every pixel that is visible on my matte is what is going to be visible on my glow. Now, if I do that, it automatically shuts down, right? But it does the opposite of what I want. The outside is basically cut out, and then the inside is showing. We want the opposite of that. So we're going to go ahead and do a inverted alpha. Boom. And there it is. Okay. So now on top of it, we're going to put the black outline, and there you go. It's basically pretty much done. All right. Now, of course, Shrouds is going to be a little more softer around the edges. Another thing that you can do is make sure that your, like the end caps, you can modify them to be rounder. You can probably add an extra Gaussian blur if you want it to be even softer. Let me turn off my, well, actually, let me move my head here. So under glow, you can go ahead and find stroke, and under line cap, you put round cap. Boom. And now it's supposed to be a round cap basically, but now it's cut in half. So it's a little softer. You want to add a Gaussian blur? Let's add a Gaussian blur. Okay. So effect, blur and sharpen, Gaussian blur. And then we can bump up the blurriness. So it's way softer. Another thing that you can do is actually make it so that the ends are a little softer too. Not softer, but like a little thinner. So we can add a taper. I'm going to turn off my Gaussian blur just so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm also going to turn off the glow. So under taper here, if you go to stroke, you'll see taper. So we'll see, there we go. We can see there's a little taper going on when we play with start length. It makes it thinner, and end length, it also makes it thinner. So we have that going on. When we play around with it, let's see. There you go. So the final effect is going to be pretty much as soft as Shroud's, right? Boom, like that. Plus the Gaussian blur. There you go. Now we just turn this on. Oh, not this. The black outline on. And boom, this is how you make Shroud's overlay within After Effects with no external plugin. With Saber, it would have been way easier. But there you go. Now, if I wanted to export this, I would actually go ahead and go to add to render queue, and I would select something that is transparent, right? We want it's video, but we want it to be transparent. So I would select QuickTime. I would make sure that my format options would be on animation, and I would select RGB plus alpha. Turn off the audio, click OK, boom. And I would save it like this. Shroud cam, boom. And I would just click render. There you go. All right, let's see what else we have. I'm not sure if I need to show you how to add them to OBS, for example, but let's show you how to add them in OBS. You can click on the plus in your source list. Let me turn off the preview so this is visible. Click the plus. Those are videos, right? We created videos. We exported as video formats. QuickTime.mov, that's video. WebM, that's .webm, that's video. So it's like media. It's not an image, right? If you want to import them, add a media source. Okay, cool. We're going to call this webcam. Click OK and go find it. You just created it. You should know where you put it. All right. I have mine here. Let's start with the Nick Merckx one. Make sure you loop them. Make sure they loop. If they don't loop, they will play once and then stop. You want them to play forever in the loop, right? So loop them. Find the Shroud one. Click OK. This is the Shroud one. So it has this very slight, whoops. It has this very slight animation to it, which is the outline. I'm sorry, this looks like a mess, but I shouldn't be teaching you how to add a camera or a camera overlay. Or maybe I should. I'm sorry. So this is what the Shroud one looks like with the slight animation. Now, one thing that I've debated in my head for so long is, do I want to make those available for you guys? Okay, it would be nice, right? You guys would be thankful if I did that. You would be like, wow, you made them available for us for free. That's so cool. But also, I just recreated stuff from other people who have paid artists to make them for them. So it's not really cool. Not for the artists, not for the streamer. So I'm not gonna make them available, but hey, I just showed you exactly how to do it step by step pretty much. So you can do them yourself. Of course, learn your techniques. If you're learning Adobe After Effects or motion design in general, I would advise you to check out videocopilot.net. It's pretty much where I learned most of my knowledge of Adobe After Effects. But please, please, please do not skip on the basics. Learn the basics. What is the toolbar? What is every tool? What do they do? What circumstances will you need in order to use that specific tool? Once you know all of that, anything that you see, you will be able to reproduce. I promise you. That being said, if you don't want to take your time to do all of that, or you don't have access to any software or a good computer to use said software, you can go to gumroad.com/getlevel. I have a bunch of free camera overlays there, and some animated ones that are not free and some animated ones that are free. So go check them out, okay? Gumroad.com/getlevel or getlevel.gumroad.com because they changed the URL. And when it comes to gaming logos, if you want to have that and also have it animated, you can get 15% off of placeit.net. Check my link in the description. Anyways, if you have your favorite streamer that has a cool camera overlay and you would like to see how to recreate it, let me know. put their names in the comment section below. Who next? Who's next? All right, we have 3 here. I can do those 3 and 3s. But in the meantime, check out my other videos, okay? This one is YouTube's recommendation, and at the bottom, this is my most recent video. Check them out, okay? Follow me on Twitch. I also stream, even though I haven't been streaming for a while. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Go out there, make me proud, get a level, out.